Hey Pioneers, welcome back to your national news show. My name is Anna Wilming.
And I'm Taylor Stewart. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, let's start off with some pop culture news.
Dave Chappelle was on TV again. This time, the divisive comic spent the bulk of an extended monologue on Saturday Night Live, giving his thoughts on Kanye West's rants about the Jewish community. On Sunday, the Anti-Defamation League CEO Jonathan Greenblatt criticized the NBC program, accusing the late-night staple of, quote, popularizing anti-Semitism, end quote. Quote, we shouldn't expect Dave Chappelle to serve as society's moral compass, but disturbing to see NBC SNL not just normalize but popularize anti-Semitism, end quote, he wrote on Twitter.
Stranger Things creators Matt and Ross Duffer have expanded on what fans can expect from the fifth and final season of their 80s set Netflix phenomenon. The twin filmmakers were asked during a Sunday night panel at the streamer's Two Dumb Theater in Los Angeles if there are new 80s pop culture influences that will shape the final season in the way that A Nightmare on Elm Street and its villain Freddy Krueger shaped the summer's two-part season 4. Quote, season 5, the way we see it, is kind of a culmination of all the seasons, so it's got a little bit from each, end quote, Ross Duffer told a packed house.
The Eagles had plenty of opportunities, but on Monday night, they were doomed by 4 turnovers in a 32-21 loss to the Washington Commanders. The Eagles are 8-1, and their lead in the NFC East is narrowed to just 1 game. Meanwhile, the Commanders remain in the thick of the hunt with a 5-5 record. As the Commanders forced 4 turnovers, the Washington offense controlled the game with a rushing attack, maintaining possession for 40 minutes and 24 seconds and converting 12 third-down situations. The undefeated Eagles are no more.
A new romance. Pete Davidson and Emily Ratajkowski are dating. U.S. Weekly confirmers both ended relationships over the summer. Davidson, 28, split from Kim Kardashian in August after 10 months of dating. Ratajkowski, 31, split from husband Sebastian Bear McClard in July after nearly 4 years of marriage and officially filed for divorce in September. And amid rumors of the producers' infidelity, the exes share son Sylvester, 20 months.
Turkish police have arrested 46 people over the explosion in central Istanbul that left at least 6 people dead and 81 others wounded, Istanbul police have said. Interior Minister Süleyman Soylu told reporters on Monday that the suspects included the, quote, person who left the bomb that caused the explosion. On the busy Istiklal Avenue in Turkey's largest city, Al Jazeera's Sinem Kosioglu, reporting from Istanbul, said a 3-year-old girl and her father were among those killed.
U.S. President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping met Monday in person for the first time since Biden took office. Quote, we need to chart the right course for the U.S.-China relationship, Xi said at the end of the opening of the meeting in Mandarin. According to an official English translation broadcast, quote, we need to find the right direction for the bilateral relationship going forward and evaluate the relationships, end quote, Xi emphasized for the need to learn from history using it as a mirror to guide the future, according to a release from Chinese Foreign Ministry.
A shooting at the University of Virginia left 3 people dead and at least 2 others injured, sparking a manhunt for a suspect Monday and warnings for students to, quote, shelter in place or run, hide, fight, end quote. Gunfire was initially reported at a parking garage on Culbreth Road near the school's drama building at around 10:30 p.m. Sunday, the University of Virginia Office of Emergency Management said in a tweet.
Democrat Katie Hobbs will win Arizona's governor's race. CNN projects defeating one of the most prominent defenders of former President Donald Trump lies about the 2020 election. Calling the 2020 election rigged, Republican Kari Lake had repeatedly said she would not have certified Joe Biden's win in Arizona in 2020.
Hobbs, as Arizona's Secretary of State, had rejected GOP lies about the election. Lake's defeat follows the defeat of 2 other high-profile election deniers in the state, Republican Senate nominee Blake Masters and Secretary of State nominee Mark Fincham.
Donald Trump, who tried to overthrow the results of the 2020 presidential election and inspired a deadly riot at the Capitol in a desperate attempt to keep himself in power, announced he is running again for the president in 2024. Trump says in an interview, quote, I am announcing my candidacy for president of the United States, end quote. He announced this at a Mar-a-Lago club and home in Palm Beach, Florida.
The announcement and official filing came just a week after the 22 midterm elections, which saw a lackluster performance from Trump-backed Republican candidates in the key Senate races and competitive House elections. As a result, the Democratic Party was able to retain control of the Senate. Quote, "America's comeback starts right now," end quote, Trump said, claiming, "Your country is being destroyed before your eyes."
Well, that's all we have for you today, Pioneers. For The Juice, I'm Taylor Stewart.
And I'm Anna Wilming. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.